Job numbers out this month, solid growth,
Right.
Good way to close out things.
Well, the good thing is that the numbers are great. I mean, we're like beating everybody, we're #1 in the Midwest, we're 6 or 7 in the country. But the better news than that is that the economy is now more diversified. So it's not just making things. I mean, we're for making things, but that's not the only thing we do. So just take a look at the Cleveland Clinic and the data analytics companies that got created out of there. You look around the state, you have technology, healthcare, energy. It means that when manufacturing kind of drops down again, we're not going to get decimated like we have in the past. So it's pretty good.
Unemployment's still trailing the national average.
Well, unemployment is not a good number because those are people who seek and those who don't, and I focus on how many jobs. My goal was to get to 500,000 when I first started, and now we're almost to 600,000. So mission's not accomplished, but my goodness, what a turnaround from where we were. I'm happy about it. It's a good team. It's good teamwork.
One of the things you mentioned in the room before us meeting with the insurance executives is you asked them to consider reaching out to a county like Pike County. How important is it to still keep an eye on those that are lagging behind?
Well, you know, there's two things. There's urban poverty and there's rural poverty. Neither of them can be ignored. So that's part of why we expanded health care for, Medicaid expansion. But I think now we have to show people that you don't have to go get some college degree to get a decent job. And that there are ways, if you can get access to a computer, you go to a library and get it. There are going to be online programs for people to be able to acquire a skill and be able to be successful. So think of it this way. So you're working at McDonald's, right? And you're not making the kind of money you want, but you can go online and take a little course in what it means to be in insurance. And it's not like some complicated mathematical kind of deal. There are many different jobs there. You take that, you get an interview, you get a little bit of training, they make it very focused, and you can get a job and have a better life. I mean, that's what we need to think about.
Jobs Ohio has been a big part of Ohio's success. How comfortable are you that the next governor will continue with that?
Well, I'm worried about it becoming political. You put your buddies on the board, legislators whine about somebody not getting something in their district, and you start playing games. I mean, you have to accommodate people, but you want the board to be business people, not political, not Republican or Democrat, but somebody for Ohio. And then, the people that run that have to be able to explain to legislators, just because Joe has a garage down the road and he told you some great story doesn't mean we can give him money. So you have to maintain discipline so that your investments, your help is something that's really going to move the needle a little bit. That doesn't mean that small doesn't matter. It means that what is it that has the best business plan and the best chance of success. But politicians, as you know, John, they have a constituent that sends you a nasty letter about somebody not helping, and then they jump so fast. Sometimes we just need to slow down, take a look at it, but let's invest and spend the time where we can really give people the work they need.
You took the rainy day fund from 89 cents, close to $3 billion. Yeah.
Well, you can't spend that, John, because the rainy day fund, when you think about the cost of the operation of the government, it's only a cushion against the ultimate downturn. We're going to have an inevitable downturn. It's going to happen. So what you don't want to be doing is, if you're too close to the edge, you have to start cutting the schools, you got to start cutting the poor. These are not the kind of things that you want to do. And what the rainy day fund does is give you a cushion. Now, politicians want to get their hands on that money to satisfy their constituencies. I get it, I understand it, but it's not wise. This is not a time to, no, I don't know what's going to happen with the next governor, whether they're going to rob that thing, but you mark my words, the day will come when we will have the revenue shortfalls, and then they'll say they wish they had the rainy day fund so they didn't have to chop schools or some other vital part of our state. So it's just part of the game of politics.